Greetings and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, to this channel, and to this space. This is a collective reading and it is timeless, so whenever you come across this video, however you come across it, it's the right time for you to be getting this message. And we've been pulling one card randomly every morning from our mega deck. If you're new here to the channel, please feel welcome in this space. The only thing you're ever going to hear is support and encouragement and love. But the mega deck description down below is information for how that was put together, how that was built. But we have been pulling one card randomly every morning. And today's card is pulled from the Crystal Grid Oracle deck by Nicola McIntosh. And it's card number 52, Endurance. And our stone for the day is carnelian. And there's a lot of things to talk about with this card, with this stone, with the energy coming through. The first thing I thought of when I pulled this card, well, number one, we see a dream catcher, obviously, on the silhouette behind the, sorry, 1 second. There we go. I dropped my card. I'm like, wait a minute, how'd that happen? Now I lost my place. We have what looks like a dream catcher on the grid back behind the actual crystal grid, but we've got a, what is the word for it? I looked it up because I didn't know. This is a 16-sided polygon, and it's called a hexadecagon, or it can be called a hexakidecagon. What I saw, truthfully, when I first looked at the card, when I first drew the card, was I saw Ezekiel's wheels within wheels. I did take a sneak peek. I haven't actually looked in the book to see what the reading says for the card for today, but I did take a sneak peek to see what the other stone was that, besides the garnet, or the carnelian that's obviously in the middle, and it is garnet. Those small, they almost look black. They're very deep red. So what we've got here is very strong base chakra, and I really have lost my mind. I will have to tell you, this most recent full moon, we understand this is a timeless reading, but I am uploading it on the cusp of the wolf full moon in January of 25, our last full moon of this calendar lunar year. And this full moon has truthfully just wiped me out, like completely. I haven't slept well in about a week, which is part of the problem with finding words lately, and I apologize. Thank you guys so much for being so patient with me with these readings. But they're not scripted, obviously, and I'm not going back and re-recording. This is as close to live as you're getting with this, okay? But we've got base chakra and the next chakra, because for some reason I still just can't get it. It's not the solar plexus chakra, sacral. It's the sacral chakra. Thank you, guides. I need all the help I can get today. So in any event, we have got a 16-sided polygon, and you can look at it either as a star structure or an open structure, but 16. And there's a lot of different bits of information about these 16-sided hexadecagons. And I don't really want to go into the spiritual significance on those, because what occurs to me with this, because of the way that it's built, with the larger, rounder quartz at alternating points on the grid, with the smaller, thinner spokes, right? That's where I'm getting the wheels within wheels. This looks like a medicine wheel. This is very powerful lower chakra energy. And if you've been on my channel more than twice, you've heard me talking a lot about being sure that we are putting as much attention, as much focus, as much energy into maintaining our lower chakras as we do our upper chakras. We tend to get kind of fixated on operating through the crown chakra, with the crown chakra for divine connection, and our third eye chakra for intuition and connecting with the quantum realms, that kind of thing. We tend to lose track of the fact that without a firm foundation of base chakras, and when I say base chakras, I'm talking about the first three. And we've got sacral chakra now locked into the brain, so that's not a problem anymore. But I've gotten that very strong. This is a delivery system. I know our word for the day is endurance, but this is a delivery system. This card number is 52, which reduces down to a 7. We have a 16-point structure here. 16 reduces down to a 7, so we've got 2 7s in this card. And I'm not going to go a lot into the 7 things either. What I want to talk about is what happens when you put 2 octagons together, because that's what we've got here. Is we've got 2 octagons literally spinning within each other. It's crazy. I don't know what kind of energy you're getting from the card, but I'm getting, it's like a pulsing. It's like a heartbeat. That's what I'm getting. And with the word endurance, strong, we've been getting this a lot recently, where we're pushing really hard to get things accomplished on our paths. We're being reminded by the universe, take time for ourselves, step back, breathe, don't take things personally, right? All of that becomes the tools in your toolkit that help you endure when things maybe don't go the way that you want them to go. Like, for example, with my stuff with the full moon, I don't know if it's shifting into the DR or what, but I completely lost copy of what I'd been working on for you guys for the Next Authentic Self series, and was just all day yesterday. Everything was just like sideways, 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 sideways. So yesterday was a strong day of endurance. I should have pulled this card for myself yesterday, but I am pulling it for the collective today. And because we all have the need to be endurant, to be resilient. We just recently had I think it was Dry Desert, that was talking about resilience as well. Not the most popular reading on the channel. Sometimes the readings aren't always easy, but they're always necessary. They're always helpful. I get so often, I get that, this may not have been an easy energy, but I needed to hear this. And that's why I'm there, guys. That's why I'm here for you, because, like I said, the whole reason why this channel is here is because you're here. So thank you so much for being here. Let's take a look in the book. Oh, wait, no, I'm not going to do that. See, this is what happens when I'm short on sleep, is I kind of get ADD. Talk a little bit about octagon, and then talk a little bit about carnelian. The octagon has many spiritual meanings, including rebirth, protection, and good fortune. The octagon's meaning varies across different cultures and religions. In Christianity, it was a symbol of rebirth and resurrection in the Roman Catholic Church. The octagon was used in baptismal fonts to symbolize renewal and regeneration. I did not know that. The altar area of the Church of the Nativity was built in an octagonal shape. In Feng Shui, the octagon is a symbol of protection from negative spiritual activity. It's a symbol of good health and fortune, of rebirth. And the Western Bagua map is shaped like an octagon, and I apologize if I did not pronounce that well. In sacred geometry, the octagon is the result of combining a circle and a square, which represents heaven and earth. The octagon unifies and balances these two entities. I feel like I could just stop there and just go off on that tangent completely. Wow. The octagon unifies and balances the two entities of heaven and earth. That's just stunning to me. And so sorry, words again, the confirming, yes, confirming what I had just said previously. Alrighty, Carnelian, let's talk a little bit about carnelian. We know that it represents the sacral chakra, or it is one of the most common stones to represent the sacral chakra. It is what I use for my sacral chakra chargers. So, carnelian is often associated with courage. That ties in well with endurance, creativity, passion, and vitality. It is believed to enhance personal power, boost confidence, and promote positive energy by stimulating the sacral and solar plexus chakras. It's considered a stone of action, helping people overcome fear and take decisive steps in their lives. Well, that's very interesting. I did not actually know those aspects of carnelian. I don't know if you did. It's thought to help with emotional blockages, promoting emotional balance and stability, bringing confidence and courage, protection against negativity, and inspiring creativity and imagination. So lots of different things. I've got obviously quite a bit of carnelian in my house. I think for today, I'll carry a piece around with me and I'll remind myself of this reading for us that we got for today with that. If you have any carnelian or you have access to carnelian, I would invite you to do that as well. So, and just remember, touch it in your pocket, or, if it's in your purse, just, kind of touch your purse and remind yourself that you are courageous, you are creative, you are passionate, and you are full of vitality. So let's take a look in the book. It's like you get 4 or 5 readings out of each one of these readings here. It's one of the reasons why they are so lengthy, but no apologies. Alrighty, so we have card number 52. And I'm not going to talk about what the number 7 represents. It's an extremely holy number across the planet, across all timelines. And I'm sure that if you aren't familiar with it, you are brilliant and you can find it yourself. So we have carnelian, garnet, and quartz here in our grid, and it represents endurance, strength, and achievement. Carnelian has been prized for centuries and was used as seals and amulets in ancient times. The iron oxide content gives the stone its red color. It can be fossicked along rivers or mined underground and will change to a darker color with heat and sunlight over time. Commercially, it is sometimes treated to make black onyx. How have you endured to make it where you are right now? It may have been a long road, or this card may indicate endurance is needed for the current or future road. Carnelian is a very strong stone that can sit, being weathered in the sun for millions of years, and instead of degrading, it changes color to a vibrant or dark red. Endurance requires inner strength to weather whatever comes your way. It's about staying true to yourself and either moving forward or remaining where you are, waiting for when it's safe to come out and show yourself again. When you endure something, you gain a great sense of achievement when it's finished. But do make sure you look after yourself physically, emotionally, and spiritually in the process. There is no use standing your ground and creating boundaries that make you hard. So don't lose yourself in the process. Carnelian has been used for wax seals because hot wax doesn't stick to it. It is also used for protection, and you can understand why when you see how tough it is. Draw on its strength and courage and let everything slide off you. Don't let any negativity get attached. And before we go into the exercise, we always have an exercise at the end of the readings from the book. I just want to really quickly here, don't let anything negative get attached to you. We've talked a lot about pendulums in the Authentic Self series, and I'm obviously reworking that in process on that itself. But Let everything slide off of you. If it doesn't serve you, just release it. You don't have to have an opinion about it. You don't have to attach yourself to it. You don't have to respond to it. You don't have to have any kind of any interaction with it at all. And as soon as you do, you allow it to share its energy with you. So if you can catch yourself before or in the middle of, it's okay. If you've already started the process of attaching, you can unattach. Simple, just like that. You just say, I'm just releasing that. And as soon as you say those words, I'm just releasing that, it's gone. It's gone. It's like your heart laughs. It's crazy. The two things that I think of, don't let negativity get attached to you. I think of a duck, and they would tell you, just let it roll off of your back like water off the back of a duck. Okay, so you can think of it that way, or like a good friend of mine says often, don't let anybody else steal your joy. Don't let them steal your joy. So that just a couple of thoughts on that. All right, let's go into the exercise from the book. If you don't have any carnelian, you don't need to. Just look at the image on the screen. You can put your non-dominant hand over it or just above it. Touch it in some way. All of your fingertips have chakras. Your palm has a chakra in it. They make instant connection. You'll feel the connection as soon as you start to put your hand towards the screen. So you'll know when it's the right distance for you. Okay. If you've got carnelian, go and grab it. Stop the, pause the video for a second and go grab it. Okay. Okay. This is perfect. I love this. If you've been dealing with full moon stuff lately, if you're getting this when this has been uploaded, this is for us, guys. If you're feeling worn down from having to endure something that is draining you physically, emotionally, or spiritually, carrying carnelian or wearing a necklace made from it can help bring the added protection and endurance you need. Meditating with this stone or this card can bring in the energy of the crystal to help you. When you're drained, you can become vulnerable. So calling on external energies to help shield you can provide the extra layer of protection you need at this time. I love that exercise, and I feel like this just ties in perfectly with the reading we just had previous to this one. And if you haven't listened to that one, I strongly encourage you to do that, where we're talking about being vulnerable, walking around with our chakras open all the time. And I gave you a real quick thing on how to protect yourself with that, to just say close chakras, whisper it or say it out loud with vigor, however you feel best. But you don't need your chakras open all the time. When you're on the freeway, if you're in the middle of a shopping mall, or, in some kind of crowd of people where there's a lot of energy bouncing around, that's not the place where you want your chakras open. You want them to be aligned. You want them to be operating, and closing them doesn't shut them down. It just puts a shield, a boundary, a protection. So close chakras, but so same thing. This is the same type of thing. Carnelian just steps it up a little bit and gives you a new way of doing the same thing, where you are being mindful of your energy. You are being mindful of where your thoughts are going and where your emotions are going, and what you are saying to yourself, the words that you're saying. If you're saying, I must do, I have to do, I really should do, those are not things that should be being, you don't say those things to your friends, not from a place of love. You don't tell them what to do. You don't condemn them for not doing something. So why do we do this to ourselves? I don't know the answer to that question either. It is part of how we've always operated in our 3D experience. It probably has something to do with the whole survival mode thing, but we have moved past that. And part of that endurance is just remembering. We're not there anymore. We've been there. We've done that. We got the t-shirt. We outgrew it. That shirt got donated for somebody else that's on the same path. And we are trailbreakers. We are the people that are lighting the way for other people to be doing the same thing. Your bravery makes other people feel brave. I haven't read this in a while, but I'm going to read this to you. I have this on my desktop on my computer. It's from Marianne Williamson, and I don't have any attachment to this person one way or the other, positive or not positive. But this is from her book, I believe it was Return to Love. And it is just the most powerful, powerful thing. I want to leave you guys with this today. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And we let our own light shine. As we do, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So that is our reading for the day. I do hope that it resonated and blessed you. I don't apologize for getting emotional in some of the readings as well. So, I love you. You are worth so much more than you give yourself credit for. You are stronger, you are powerful, and you need to continue reminding yourself of that. That's why it's important to be mindful of how you're feeling and what you're saying to yourself, what you're thinking in your head when nobody else can hear you. As you're going through the day, just go back to return to love. Return to love of yourself. Find those places where you are reattaching to gratitude for who you are, for what you've gone through. Give yourself a pat on the back. You have endured a lot of shift. Yes, there's more ahead of us. Yes, absolutely, because we are looking forward to it. Every time we go through this, we magnify our own power, and we do the same for everybody around us. And because we are all quantumly entangled, we are doing this for the collective as a whole. And the collective I'm talking about is not this collective for the channel or the reading, but and understanding that the reading is for the collective entirety. All timelines, all realities, all universes, all beings of all entities of all consciousness. Okay, that's the collective that we are operating in and walking in now. So you've gone through a lot. You've endured a lot. You're strong. There's going to be times where you're going to have more things you're going to have to endure. Some of them are going to go quickly, and some of them are not going to go quickly. The other thing I wanted to read to you guys was something I realized yesterday. It was an epiphany. I call them divine downloads. This is from my journal directly. And it says, I just realized I don't have to shift to my DR. I already did. I already am. Every time I recenter and confirm that I'm doing this as that person who has already achieved those things that I'm wanting to achieve. Because I know a few things do need to happen between here and there. And there's no forcing them, only allowing them. They'll come more quickly, smoothly, perfectly, when I just keep confirming that that is what is happening and why. So I've got this written down in my journal to remind me, and I've got it open to this page because we're, still have the leftovers, the tag ends of the full moon. We'll have other things come up too, after the full moon passes. We'll have periods where things go really perfectly. I ask the day when I get up in the morning, I try to remember 3 things that I am grateful for every time before I get out of bed. But then after I'm out of bed, I ask the question, how is the universe going to surprise me today? How is the universe going to surprise you today? You've endured so much. Maybe it's time to get your reward. Maybe it's time to ask for that reward and receive it. Okay? So thank you so much for sticking around for this lengthy reading. I hope that it resonated and blessed you. I love you. Have the most amazing, fantastic day. Namaste and ciao for now.